Okay, so yeah, at first light, or first light, as it goes by alternate title, um, this is a drama, sci-fi, thriller, and it's pretty boring. um, I mean, it's not anything new. I mean, it's basically a girl gets abducted by a light in the dark sky of night, and her guy friend that we follow, he uh, vows to help her figure this out, and then they become on a run from the government, but then the government aren't really bad people in this universe. You come to find out, sorta. They're kind of decent. Um, it's directed and co-written by Jason Stone. I don't know what else he's done. I don't know if this was his first film. If it was, it shows. Um, I mean, the acting in this from Stefanie Scott, she's fine. Theater Palarin, the guy, the love interest, the guy we really follow, Sean, mainly, who I guess they used to date, then they broke up, and then she started sort of dating this other guy, but then that goes nowhere. That comes back, but then it is very quickly dealt with. Then they're on a run from people, and um, the way she gets taken, like, they don't really show her being fully taken. Like, it's weird, oddly edited, this movie, in spots. Um, but yeah, it's a 2018 PG-13 film. I would say if you want to watch a decent, alien abduction film. It's not too scary or out there, really. Watch Race to Witch Mountain with The Rock, Disney movie. Way better than this, because I didn't really care about anybody much. I mean, the two, like Sean and his younger brother that the film starts out with, they're caring for their grandmother, but I think they're stealing to provide. So, like, you sort of can side with what they're doing for a minute, but I'm like, how about you try to get a job? Okay. Um, but yeah, and then, Stephanie Scott's character comes in, and then they're talking, and they argue a bit, and, yeah, the way she acts after she comes back from being abducted, like, she's still, like, still herself, but kinda not, like, she forgets memories, I guess, but then she keeps having certain memories of her as a kid, I guess, but then, I guess she was abducted as a child, because there's a scene where she's a kid, and there's lights in the sky when she's a kid. Again, this movie's oddly a bit edited. Um, it reminded me a bit of Chronicle, a bit, such as she has these powers and she tries to practice using them, but not really as interesting as in Chronicle. Which I think Chronicle's a way better film than this. Granted, it's not in terms of what they're trying to do, but I mean, there's some decent effects where they have a car, or her and Sean are inside of a car and they're floating, or she jumps out a window with him and she catches them in midair, but then they fall, and she like pushes a truck and breaks it apart and sort of doesn't really attack, but kind of malfunctions the government compound, place, and even the ending I didn't care for. I liked maybe like some of the acting um, in that one small scene when she's leaving, Earth, because they explain like some of why the government's doing what they're doing with these people that get abducted, and then they hunt them down, I guess, and try to study them. I guess she's like the only successful one that lived this long, and then, your typical, oh, we got chase down the extraterrestrial activity, or the chosen one, the star being. But, yeah, overall it was a pretty boring film. There's not really much going on. She heals people, which is interesting, but then also she sort of slowly kills this love interest Sean guy. I guess radiation from her, or from him being around her, affects the human body weirdly, but then other people it helps. So I understand that. Also, I'm like, wouldn't the younger brother be affected because he was around her? But they never touch on that. But okay. Um, but yeah, even the ending I didn't care for, where it's 3 months later, and I guess the government are going to be just surveilling uh, Sean and his younger brother for now. For what, I don't understand why, because I mean, I guess, they're banking on she'll come back to him or something, maybe. Heck if I know. Um, but yeah, again, this is shot decently, I guess. The acting's fine, nothing good or amazing, except for maybe the ending few lines of between him and the Alex, Stephanie Scott's character. Um, but other than that, I can't really recommend the film. Really, I mean, it was a time waster at best. I was bored. There's not much that happens in terms of action. You don't really care much about the characters. Don't really know much about her, except that she has a ignorant stepmom, and that's kind of it. And that her and him used to date, then they broke up, and that's kind of it. But yeah, overall I would just not watch this one. I would pass. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, peace and love. Make sure to leave a comment and subscribe and like.